morning, dear children. Welcome to science class. In previous class, we learned about metals and non-metals, right? How we define metals and non-metals by observing their physical properties and chemical properties. Some are easily identified with the properties of physical properties, and some are can be only identified through the chemical properties, right? Okay. What is the substance? Is this a metal or non-metal? It's a non-metal, right? So if I drop this on the floor, does it make sound? Does it make sound? Yes, it makes some sound. If I drop this one on the floor, see, observe the sound which is making more sound. Is it a chalk piece or is it a piece of chalk or a bangle? Bangle, because it is made up of metal. However, they both are making sounds. So today we are going to learn about the topic sound. The topic about sound. Okay? So sounds we hear different types of sounds from our surroundings, right? Just close your eyes and listen to your surroundings. What kind of sounds you are hearing? If you are at home, you will hear some sort of sounds. If you are on the road, you will find many vehicle sounds, right? So we can hear too many sounds from our surroundings, maybe birds chirping or automobile sounds or making some cooking sounds, so music, TV sounds, all these sounds we can get from our surroundings. So how far sound is affected our lives, or how we are getting sounds, that we will learn in this lesson. Mostly sound is produced from a vibrating body. That means a vibrating body produces sound. What produces sound? A vibrating body produces sound. If you want to know that, just keep a bench. So if you keep your ear on the bench, you can find some vibrations through your ear. Okay? So that vibrated body producing sound. We will learn more deeply about that sound. Okay?
Children, also in previous class we have learned that sounds produced by human beings. Even we also can imitate some bird sounds, right? Or some animal cries. Can you imitate or not? What does a cat say? Meow, right? Can you cry like a cat? Meow. So like that. So like dog or birds, like parrots chirping. So some imitations we can do. Yes or no? So these are sounds produced by human beings. Not only that imitation, along with that we can also play some musical instruments. Yes or no? Even by using our mouth. And here the structure of mouth, internal structure of mouth is given, and their parts also classified or labeled. Look here, Nana. Say the internal structure of mouth, how the parts are evolved in helping to produce the sound. See here, it is called nasopharynx, and it is oropharynx, it is the tongue, and it is epiglottis, and it is laryngopharynx, and it is vocal cord. These are very important for us to speak. And one more important thing is larynx. It is also called as voice box, and trachea, esophagus. Okay, these are main parts which are divided in our mouth, internal parts of mouth. Okay, from the mouth to connecting lungs. Okay, this is also called anatomy of larynx. Anatomy of larynx. And children, larynx is the important organ in human body to produce sound. Larynx is very helpful to produce sound. And it has two muscular ligaments. Two muscular ligaments, they are called vocal cords. What are they called, ma? Vocal cords. Here in your textbook it is provided. These are vocal cords. Two kinds of vocal cords are given here. One is opened vocal cords and another one is closed vocal cords. In opened vocal cords, there is a slit, right? So it allows the air passage to go into lungs. So vocal cords, when they are open, they are allowing to breathe. That means we are breathing air into lungs. And when the vocal cords are closed, when they are closed, when we are speaking, the vocal cords are closed because they are helping us to speak properly, and the air from the lungs presses between them to cause vibration and produces sound. Otherwise, if they are not closed, we cannot produce sound. As they are closing, the muscles or the vocal cords are getting vibrated so that it is producing sound. We learned, no? Vibrated body produces sound. So here it is happening. Do you know, children, the length of vocal cords in men, it is nearly 20 millimeters, and in women around 15 to 16 millimeters, but in children it is very short. Children, do you remember the three states of matter? What are they? Solids, liquids and gases, right? Here air, liquid and solid is given. However, the three states of matter is solid, liquid and gas. So, we have to test the sound propagation. That means how the sound spreads from one place to another place or from one object to another object. That is called propagation of sound. What is that called, ma? Propagation of sound. That means the transferring of sound from one place to another place, or from one person to another person, or even from one object to another object, or to the multiple objects or multiple persons. Okay, so how they are forming or how it is causing. The cause of sound is vibration, yes or no? So how these vibrations are propagating in solids, in liquids and as well as in air. Let us see. Can sound travel in air? See here, when two spoons are hit together, what happens? It causes some sound, right? So it shows that sound travels through air as there is only air between the person and in the surroundings. So the air can hear, our ears can hear that sound. How we are able to hear that sound? As hands are making sound with the spoons, how our ears are able to hear that sound? Because the sound waves are reached to our ears. So, sound travels through air. Next one, can sound travel through water? Look here, there is a swimming pool and here a phone is ringing and the person is inside the pool. Then can he hear the sound of the mobile or not? Yes, he can hear. That means the sound or the vibrations can travel into the water. That means sound travels faster in water than air. That's why even the divers, they can listen the sounds. So the water also acts as a medium to propagate sound waves. Okay, so sound can travel through water. Next one. What is the next one? Solids. Next question you should ask, can sound travel through solids? Here the boy is knocking the door. Is the person able to hear the sound from inside? Yes, he is able to hear. How? Because the vibrations are propagating from the door to the ear of the person. That means the solids also producing or propagating sound waves. So sound can travel through solids. That's why we can hear the sounds that are coming from outside the room. Look here, Nana. You too can do this activity, but do it carefully, Nana. See here, a person keeps his ear on the bench and another person is knocking the table or the bench. So what happens? When he hit the table, the vibrations are reaching to the person, so that we will be affected with that vibrations. Yes or no? Not only that, sound waves travel much faster in the solid medium than in air. What I told you? Sound waves travel in air or propagate in air, but in liquids they move faster than the air. But in the solids they move fastest from when compared to the air, they move more fastly. Okay? Why? Because the molecules in solids are closely packed. So when one object or one molecule is vibrated, automatically the next particles will be vibrated, so that the rate of propagation will be more. The rate of propagation is more in the solids when compared to the liquids from the air. From your textbook also some examples are given. Once you read that also. So from these three things we can understand that sound needs something to propagate. Yes or no? That is called medium. What is that something is called? Medium. So sound needs a medium to propagate. That may be solid or liquid or air. Then from these observations, can we conclude something? Sound needs a medium to travel. Then without medium, can sound travel or not? Okay, children, we decided that sound needs a medium, right? Then let us test that sound. Does sound travel in vacuum or not? What does mean vacuum? Vacuum means nothing. Does not have any matter. That is called vacuum. There is no matter, no air, no solid, no liquid. So it is vacuum. To understand this activity or to understand this topic, you are given an activity in your textbook, that is, you have to take a glass tumbler or even a plastic tumbler, no problem, and make sure that the tumbler should be dried. Okay, it should not have any water. It should not have any wetness. So it should be dried. And take somewhat larger tumbler that it should contain or it should accommodate a cell phone inside that. Okay, Nana? And put the cell phone in the glass or in the plastic tumbler and play the ringtone of the mobile. Now listen to the ringtone and its volume level. How does it getting sound? Okay. Now cover the glass with a small plate and again listen to the ringtone. Note down the difference or understand the difference. How it is in the first case when without covering. It is in high level, right? But when you covered it, the volume level is reducing. Now what you have to do is, you have covered with a plate, no? Hold the glass tumbler at your mouth with the covering of the plate only and try to suck the air from the glass tumbler. That means you have to suck the air. Glass tumbler lo ఉన్న air ni peel cheyadaniki try cheyali. Just koncham edge untadi kada, edge nunchi aa air peel chestu undali. At the same time the phone should be in ringing. Okay, it should not stop in the ringing sound. So it should always make sound. Now you have to notice that does it produce sound or not. The mobile sound is in on position, but you will be unable to hear the sound because you are sucking the air from the tumbler. Why it is happened like that? Because there is no medium inside the glass tumbler. Actually the medium inside the glass tumbler is air, but you have sucked it. Then how can you hear the sound? There is no one to carry that sound. Yes or no? There is somebody should carry that sound. There is no water, no solid, no liquid. Then who carries that sound? No one. The air which is acting as a medium, you have sucked that. So as there is no medium, you cannot hear the sound of mobile. So it shows that sound doesn't travel in vacuum. You have to test it, Nana. Very easy activity, no? You test this and do this carefully. Okay? And in yesterday's class, you have watched a video which is posted by academic director sir, about ear functioning. See here. What is this? Our ear. Here it is labeled like outer ear. It is called pinne. and auditory canals, middle bone, cochlea and eardrum. Okay, Nana? In your manual, I think it is wrongly given, the labeling part. So you must practice from the textbook, ma. Okay, practice this ear picture. It's very important. This diagram you must practice. Vocal cords are supporting us to produce sound. But who is supporting us to hear the sounds? Is there any doubt? No. There is no doubt. Undoubtedly it is the function of ears. So with the help of ears only we can hear the sounds. Next one, characteristics of sound. Characteristics of sound. That means the properties of sound. They are pitch, loudness and quality, which depends on amplitude. Okay. Quality means here you must remember as amplitude. Pitch means not the cricket pitch, the ground. Okay. It is pitch. Sometimes we say that high pitch, low pitch, no. So that is called pitch. Let us learn about that deeply. Loudness and quality, which is amplitude. Actually, sound has these many characteristics which depends upon these characteristics. They are wavelength, amplitude, frequency, time period, speed, loudness, pitch, quality or timbre. Okay, these are the main characteristics. From that, about a few things we will learn in this. Okay, ma? What is wavelength? This is the form of a wave. This is the form of a wave. And the length between two waves is called wavelength. The length between two waves is called wavelength. And it is represented by the Greek letter. It is called lambda. What is that called? Lambda. Okay. And these are called crests. And it is trough. As it is length, what is its unit? Meters. SI unit is meter. Okay. Next one, amplitude. What is the second one? Amplitude. See, this is called amplitude. That means the particles from the mean position, how much distance it is covering from the mean position. That is, amplitude is the maximum distance of a vibrating body or a oscillating body moves from its position of rest. That is called amplitude. That example, look here, it is called simple pendulum. Simple pendulum. When it is oscillated, see, it oscillates like this. So it is oscillating from the mean position to left, right, left, right. Okay. So it is 0 point of the pendulum. B is the 0 point of the pendulum. It oscillates from the rest position to right and left, to and fro direction. So that is called amplitude, from the rest position to right and from the rest position to left. It may be up and down also. Next, frequency. What is the next one, ma? Frequency. Frequency means it is nothing but the total number of oscillations which are done in the given time or in a unit time. It is called frequency. And we measure this. See, if nu, here it is given like V. Actually, we use a letter nu. What is it, ma? Nu for frequency. Okay. And T is the time period. Capital T is the time period. So frequency is measured as nu equal to 1 by T. That means number of oscillations done in the unit time is called frequency. And its unit is Hz. What is that? Hz. Its unit is Hz. Hz. Next one is time period. Time period means the time taken by the vibrated body to complete one oscillation is called a time period. And it is denoted by capital T. And units is seconds. Next one is loudness. What is loudness? It is the measure of sound energy reaching the ear per second. See here, look here. A person is beating drums. Sometimes we hear soft sounds, sometimes we hear loud sounds, no? So the loud sounds produce loud sounds. Loud, that means if the drums or musical instruments, if they are beaten hardly or loudly, they produce loud sounds, and it defines as loudness of sound. In our daily life we have many loud sounds, right? Loudness depends upon the amplitude of the sound. Look here, some decibel values are given. Sound is measured in decibels. Okay, decibel. So whispering means speaking softly. It gives the value 10 decibels, small d, capital B. And normal talking, general talks, 30 to 40 decibels. And a moving car, 60 to 70 decibels. And a motorcycle, 90 to 100 decibel sound. And a thunder, in rainy season thunders we hear, no? That is from 120 to 150 decibel sounds. Next, pitch. What is pitch? Pitch, it enables us to differentiate between different sounds. Pitch helps us to differentiate different sounds. Here SR is talking. He shouted at the boy in high pitch. If you are not doing work or simply sleeping, what do? We shout at you, no? So in high pitch. Do we shout slowly? No, it will be in high pitch. The girl is playing with bicycle. When that iron sheet touching with the strings of the wheel, what happens? It produces sound. If the wheel is rotated slowly, it produces low pitch sound. If it is rotated quickly, it produces high pitch sound. And even musical instruments also, they depend upon pitch. Yes or no? The music also depend upon the pitch. It depends on length of the vibrating body and tightness of the strings and thickness of the vibrating body. Do you know? Ladies' voice is having much shrillness in their voice. What is shrillness or shrill? See, for example, if you play with a blade, it produces a kind of vibrating sound. Have you observed? So that is compared to the shrillness. Actually, the shrillness is known as pitch. The shrillness of a sound is known as pitch. So it depends on the frequency. As we learned beforely, it depends on frequency of the object. Do you know an interesting thing? A bird makes a high-pitched sound when compared to the lion's roar. Lion's roar has low pitch, but the bird's chirping sound has high pitch. Like that, sometimes kids, they cry a lot. Yes or no? So their voice or their cries, we can't tolerate their voice because their voice or their cryings are at high pitch. That's why whatever they ask, immediately the mother used to give, because she can't tolerate her crying sound. So if you compare the pitch, the order of the pitch from the ascending order, lions have less pitch. Lion's roar has less pitch. Adult man. Next person. Lion's roar is lesser than adult man, and adult man is lesser than adult woman, and adult woman is lesser than a child. Even a child is lesser than an infant. Infant means newly born baby. Even an infant is lesser than insect. Night times, some crickets, they make sound. Cricket means not your cricket match. Crickets, they are a kind of creatures. So the crickets, they make some noise. Locusts, they are called as locusts also, but they are cricket. It's a kind of an insect. Okay, they produce more sound. Yes or no? Mostly in rainy seasons we used to hear that sounds. So their pitch is very high. Children, what is music And what is noise? When you switch on television, sometimes we hear only music, no noise, only music. I heard some caption. Did you hear any time? Only music, no noise. So what is the difference between music and noise? Which one you enjoy, music or noise? When you are talking in the classroom continuously, what do we say? Stop making noise. If you are singing some song, do we say like that? No, because music has a pleasant rhythm, or it makes us to feel pleasant. But when we hear noise, we get anger, or we get frustration or irritation. Yes or no? So pleasant sounds are called music and unpleasant sounds are called noise. That means in pleasant sounds there are regular vibrations produced by the object, whereas in the noise irregular vibrations are produced, which are undesirable, unwanted sounds are produced. And that produced one, or which are unwanted sounds, they are called, or they cause to noise pollution. They cause to noise pollution, like loudspeaker sound, bus horns, vehicle horns. These are all cause sound pollution or noise pollution, mostly from televisions and radios at high volumes, and kitchen appliances. They make some sounds, air conditioner sounds at home, some any blasts or crackers burning. So all these are causes sound pollution, and it can lead to several health problems also, like stress, anxiety, high blood pressures, and sometimes sleeplessness, permanent loss of hearing. These are all the causes, deadly causes of noise pollution or sound pollution. We have some audible range. That means what are the sounds we must hear that we have, that is called range, audible range. What is audible range? From 20 vibrations to 20,000 vibrations are called audible range. And do you know, children, less than 20 vibrations we can't hear, and more than 20 vibrations, 20,000 vibrations also we can't hear. Look here, frequency of inaudible sounds are less than 20 vibrations seconds or greater than 20,000 vibrations per seconds. These are also called as cycles sometimes, because frequency, no. So what is our frequency range? 20 vibrations to 20,000 vibrations. 20 to 20,000. In between 20 to 20,000. Okay, Nana? Less than 20 vibrations we can't hear. Even it is 19.5 vibrations also, 19 vibrations also we can't hear. And more than 20,000, that means 20,001 vibration also we can't hear. That's why some what are they, jet blasts, these sounds which are ultrasonic sounds we can't hear. And do you know, less than 20 vibration sounds are called infrasonic sounds. Less than 20 vibrations are called infrasonic sounds, and more than 20,000 vibrations are called ultrasonic sounds. What are they called, ma? Ultrasonic sounds. Okay, then how can we control sound pollution or noise pollution? Can you give some suggestions? We must use silencers to the vehicles. Here some instructions are given. Are you agree, or do you accept with them? First one, what is the first one? Silencers should be used in vehicles. Silencers should be used in vehicles, whereas aircraft engines, industrial machines, and home appliances also, even to cooker, for such kind of appliances also, we must have silencers. Next, industries should be set up away from residential areas. They should be far away from living areas. Actually, the industries are away from the living people. That means from surroundings of people living. But nowadays, even the people are purchasing the outskirts lands and they are constructing houses. I think that it is not the mistake of industries, even the industrialists. But whose mistake it is? Our mistake. We are purchasing lands outskirts, city outskirts, and we are constructing houses there. So that is not good for us, because the factories or industries should be away from people living areas, residential areas. Okay. Next, use of automobiles should be minimized. Automobiles we should use less. And TV and music systems should be run at low volumes. Even your cell phones, while talking on phone also, we must maintain some less volumes. Trees must be planted along the roads and around buildings to absorb sounds. Why we must plant trees? What is the use of trees here? They won't take carbon dioxide, oxygen. That is not the matter here. But they absorb sounds. The leaves of trees or stems, they absorb some sounds. So we can get less sounds, less volumes of sounds. Okay, Nana? If you know any other instructions, you can give. Okay. Okay, children, once again watch this video and read well the textbook part. Okay, Nana?